Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Hummel, the Tier 6 German SPG on the north spawn of Cliff Encounter, and is under the commands of Angelina75. Game on! Well, Angelina is still in contest with talon1958 to get the weekend lion. She's been doing well so far this week, but let's see how she gets on in this battle. It's a two-part video. We've got a replay from Angelina first, and then we've got a replay from Talon. And Angelina's in the stock gunned Hummel with the 2 marks of excellence on the barrel. Why the stock gun? Well, the stock gun's got greater accuracy, it's got more ammunition, it's got a faster reload, it's much more accurate, and you can collect a lot of damage. And well, Arty experts have said it's a better Arty. Rounds out. Just behind. She needed to lead that target just a little. You notice she hasn't gone to the usual positions, mainly because they're too well known by the enemy, and of course she doesn't want to get counter batteried, so she's seeking to get some damage on the enemy. Rounds out. Direct hit. 6 capture points off that one. The tank that was hiding in that corner, a VK3002D Tier 7 German medium with an 88mm gun, took the round directly. Okay, got a box tank, rounds out, likely to get a splash. 87 hit points, but he dies the very next shot, so she picked up some stun assist as well. Okay, the VK's now hiding behind that column, but that's not going to stop Angelina. Oh, his turret just blew off. In fact, he was just killed by a T-34-85. Okay, there's an enemy tank, a Type 59 just behind that corner. Angelina tries to get a shot on him, but unfortunately, the shell fell behind him. She's backing up a little further, but she's getting very close to the edge now. Okay, trying to get the shot on that Type 59. Should be able to loop the shell over the wreck into him. Well, it stunned him at the very least. He's not moving forward because he can't. There's an 88 and an SU-100 M1 blocking his path, and he's trying to take shots at them. Okay, let's see if we can get around on him this time. Rounds out. Yeah, that one worked. Right onto his turret for 200. She's changing position again to avoid counter battery. Okay, she could do the same one again. The enemy are trying to get into the cap, but they can't. Oh, we just saw the tracer from one of the enemy RPs. And she's got another hit on the Type 59, this time for 181. So she's pecking away at him. The standard reload for this gun is 25.31 second. And Angelina's got it down to 20.74. Okay, Type 59's backing away. Rounds out. Yeah, that's a hit as well. 113 hit points this time. It landed on the front plate where he's got the strongest armor. He's backing away. He doesn't want to stick there and get Arty to death. So he's moving to a new position. We've got one of our teammates sitting in the usual position. Now he's risking getting counter batteried while he's sitting there. Angelina's being very careful to move after every other shot, or move as much as she can without giving away her position. We're 2 up on the enemy now. She's going for the Type 59. He's moved up onto the plateau next to the donut. Direct hit, 181. He's really going to be hurting now. And there's the kill shot. It goes to the AMX-13F3 alongside her. So I guess he'll be happy about that. And Angelina picks up the stun assist. Angelina's come a long way since she was an Arty novice. She's now mastering techniques and tricks that even the best Arty players find difficult. Trying to get a shot there on the sniper's nest. She's getting requests for fire on that area, so she's having to move up a little closer than she would normally like. But if she's going to get a shot into that area, she will have to get closer. She's parked herself behind a bush. And, oh, she's found the enemy Hummel, or one of the enemy Arty. Here we go. He's just got stunned. She get a kill shot. Oh, it landed the other side of him. She probably got some splash, but... Okay, there's the other Arty, AMX-13F3AM. And in fact, the enemy's only got 3 Artys and 1 tank destroyer left. And the tank destroyer is a super Hellcat. Here he comes. Takes a hit for 200, the AMX-13. He's desperate to get some more damage, and he's decided he's not going to care now anymore. He's come alongside the SU-100M1 to shotgun him. But Angelina's going to shotgun him, or rather take him out with a shot just as soon as she reloads. Oh, no, he's gone. So she's now going to fire at the Super Hellcat, which is sitting behind that bush. Rounds out. Looks good. She gets the kill. In fact, that's her first kill of the game, but she does have a lot of damage. And the last enemy has just been wiped out. So it's game over and a victory for Angelina. So the first replay is a victory for Angelina in the Hummel. She got a first class tanker in that game, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, I think she got, is that 6 or 9? I'm finding it difficult to read. It's a 6, isn't it? Yes. Or is it? Yes, it is a 6. Looked very much suspiciously like a 5 for a moment, but my eyesight is going in my old age, yes. Okay, and the win rate for that one was 2,174, which is very good indeed. So let's have a look at the team score. Not the highest damage in the game. That went to the T-3485, who picked up an Erskine's medal and a Top Gun for 2,716 hit points, but didn't get the high caliber because it might have been less than 20% of the enemy hit pool. The second highest damage in the game went to the Jagdpanther Spy on the enemy team with 2,480, followed by the Pichetto 46 on her own team with 2,465. Angelina got 1,284 hit points in that battle. I think actually it was mostly because a lot of the damage was being done up near the centre of the map and of course around the outside, around the cliff tops, as the teams were thrashing it out face to face. So let's look at kills. And the top scorer there was that T-3485 again. He got 6 kills in the game. 3 kills went to the Pichetto 46, 2 kills went to the T-34, the other T-3485, and the Pichetto 46 on the enemy team. Angelina only got the 1, but well, only 5 members of the enemy team actually managed to get kills in that game, so she did very well to get a kill at all. When it came to base XP, she's 4th from the top on this one, beats all the enemy team. The high scorer was the T-3485 with 1,363, 1,102 to the Pichetto, 871 to the Renegade, and then we got Angelina with 783. She fired 12 rounds, got 6 direct hits, no penetration but 11 splash, damage of 1,284 hit points, of which 1,084 were at more than 300 meters, so there was some close shots in there. 6 hits on the enemy and 6 enemies damaged rather, and 1 killed. That's why she missed out on a Confederate in this case, because obviously didn't have 6 enemy tanks taken out by her teammates. 584 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. She earned 37,791 credits from the game, 65,116 from holding ops, 102,907 altogether. After ammunition resupply, took away 96,847 credits profit. 1,174 XP times 2 for the first victory, took away 2,349 hit points altogether. So that puts Angelina in the lead. She's got a first class and a bruiser. The first class obviously is the highest that either of the two has actually achieved so far. So let's have a look at the second battle with Talon. And here's talon1958 in the Hummel with the stock gun on the Arctic region map. Let's see how he gets on, as he's also got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of his gun, or his howitzer actually. Well, as you know, it's a 15cm howitzer mounted in a Panzer IV chassis with Panzer III running gear, and well, they produced the Hummel actually to take out the Soviet Arty, which actually the Germans did admire. They actually used some of the Soviet Arty that they actually captured because it was so good, and manufactured the shells in order to use them. Now he's capable of doing 480 alpha, and he'll penetrate through 38mm of armour and has got a burst radius of 6.7 meters. His first target is a VK3801, is it 2801 rather? It's with a 105mm gun, the dirt one. It landed right next door to him. Okay, now that's a reward tank, the VK2801 105. He's already got one. If you've actually been in the game for some time, he's loaded, ready to go. He fires another round in. Oh, so close, but no, it hit the rock instead. He's changing position. Avoids counter battery just in case anybody was looking. Okay, he's also got a better angle on some of the enemy who's just having a quick look in the gully underneath the cliff. Okay, the VK3601H is pulling back, so I think he might go for this T150 who's moving up. Let's see, he stopped to take a shot. Oh, okay, we've got an M6 here. Now he's being a bit undecided, and obviously you need to make a decision because you've got to keep the fire rate up. Okay, that was good. He got 187 off an IS. Yeah, the idea is to maximize your fire rates and keep pumping those shells out. That way you get a good chance of getting a Confederate. Looks like one of the tanks managed to flip themselves on their side there. VK's tracked, or was, and he's now out the game because that was a splash kill. So Talon's got his name on the, got his first score on the board. M6 will be his next victim. He's aiming for the front of the turret. Rounds out. Beautiful shot. Right on top of the turret, actually. You can see the mark where it landed. It's right next door to the hatches. So, yeah, I reckon the enemy lost the crewman there. Probably his gunner, because the gunner's up front. The commander's at the back. Okay, IS looked like he was moving forward, so he's adjusting his aim, and he hits him directly, so that adjustment worked perfectly. Lining up another shot for the M6. I'd be tempted to go for that VK3601H at the back, because he hasn't hit that guy yet, and the more you hit, the more chance you've got of getting that Confederate. Rounds out. It's going to splash. It does. 106. Yeah, always if you've got tanks that you haven't touched yet, try and aim another shell at one of the tanks that hasn't been touched, because the more tanks you have hit, the more chance you've got of getting a Confederate medal. Rounds out the M6 again, and another splash hit for 80. Next shot will probably kill him if it lands close enough. So he'll get his second kill of the game. We're 2 down on the enemy at the moment. Oh, the M6 has gone, so now he can aim, and he's going for the T150 instead. Well, his was the second shot to go in, so if he did hit an already stunned vehicle, then the other Arty is going to be very happy about that, because he's probably picked up some stun assist. The IS is retreating, well, not retreating actually, he's turning side on so he can aim over the side of the tank. And now he's been tracked, rounds out, and 47 hit points from that. So again, our fellow Arty, an SU-8, is going to benefit from that. Okay, the VK's coming to sight. Now, aim a shell for that one. Just need to do a little bit of damage, or as much damage as you can, really, to be honest. But just try and hit them, and that way they all add up to the Confederate. Well, that's 61 hit points. He's stunned. He's a one-shot. Come on, guys. Hit him. Take him out the game. Looks like it's going to be down to Talon again. Oh, no. The SU-8 just finished him off. So that SU-8 is doing rather well from Talon. Okay, who's next? There's no other enemy. There was a T150 in this area and an IS, but there's no other enemy in sight. So he's firing blind at the moment. Now you do get more ammunition with the Hummel with the stock gun than you do with the top gun. You only get 18 rounds with the top gun. With the stock gun you get 27, which is much more ammunition to play with, and that gives you a better chance of doing a substantial amount of damage to the enemy and potentially getting your Confederate. More damage on the T150, but this time it's only 15 hit points of splash. T52, that looks a good target, but the worry is that he's probably going to come after us if he gets hit. Okay, can we hit him? He's just fired around at the ARL and taken him out. Talon line up shot, rounds out, looks good. It is, it's a kill shot. So he's got his second kill on the board, but that Challenger is coming this way and we're now down by 3 tanks. And it's looking increasingly bad for the team. We've lost sight of the Challenger as he gets closer. In fact, now we are the closest to the enemy. And just as we see this Achilles come up, he's going to try a shot on them. He got a rescue bloom just at the wrong moment. I'd hold on to your shell. The Challenger is getting very close. Here he is. Well, 129 hit points of splash, but I think he knows where we are now. So just charge at him, because he's going to hit you with the next shot. And there you go. Sometimes they hesitate. When they see an Arty rushing them, they don't move, and you can get some RAM damage off them before you die, but it was inevitable that he was going to get a shot, and that would be the end of Talon's game. And it looks like the enemy's won this one. Well, despite the fact that Talon was doing very well at hitting the enemies on the southern pass, I'm afraid he did lose this one, but he did so gracefully. All he managed to get out of it was a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11, and he did hit a fair number of the enemy, but he also got some kills out of this game as well. His win rate was 2019, which is, again, very good, very similar to Angelina's. Let's have a look at team score and see where he is. Well, we can see he didn't get the highest damage in the game, and in fact that went to the M6 that he kept on hitting. 1,798 hit points of damage to him. The second highest damage was the Challenger that killed him, 1,567. The third highest damage was the VK2801-105 on his own team with 1,462, but the Talon did very well to get 1,282 hit points of damage, third highest on his team. And if we look down the list, we can see there's only 3 members of the enemy team who are above him, so he's actually in 6th place overall on damage. When it came to kills, it was the T-3485 who did the best with 4 kills on the enemy team. And then there was 2 kills by Talon, by the Jackson on his own team, by the M6, the Challenger, the Achilles, and the T-52. So a lot of players getting 2 kills apiece. Obviously the experienced players. When it came to base XP, it was the enemy team, yes, because of course they won this game. 926 went to the M6, 862 went to the T-3485, 664 went to the Challenger, and you have to look down, yes, it's 322 to Talon. Despite the fact that he was doing a lot of damage, I'm afraid the problem was that his teammates weren't shooting at the tanks that he was stunning, and as a consequence he didn't pick up any stun assist at all. 15 shots fired, 5 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetration on them as well. I think that may have been the T-52 that he took out. Yes, it was. Shell went straight through his side, but I'm afraid that was the only penetration shot he got in the game. Let's have a look. 12 splash on the enemy, 1,282 hit points of damage, of which 1,153 were at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the enemy, both were penetrations, I'm afraid, and yes, he was out of the game after that. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, so he was only a fraction away from getting a Confederate on the enemy. I suppose, yes, most of the tanks that he did hit were the ones down in the south. There's that M6 who was their best scorer. The T-50, the Challenger came up out of nowhere. He didn't get a hit on the Achilles. If he had hit the Achilles, he might have actually got the Confederate off that one. But I'm not sure. Did anyone else get a Confederate in that game? No, there's a cool headed, but nobody else managed to get a Confederate. So that means nobody else managed to hit at least 6 tanks, subsequently taken out by teammates. And that meant he was in with a chance of actually getting a Confederate in this game, but missed out. So that's sad. Let's have a look. 18 hit points of damage assistance, but no stun assist, even though he caused 9 stuns in the game. None of his teammates were aiming at the enemy, and that's why his overall XP wasn't as good as he hoped, and he didn't get a classification. 24,360 credits from the game, 39,744 from Holiday Ops, 64,104 credits altogether for the battle, and after repair and ammunition from Resupply took away a profit of 54,557 credits. 483 XP and no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. So sadly, this means that Angelina is in the lead again, and it's coming up to the weekend. This video is going to be going out on the Thursday, but there's still a chance that Talon will get another good game in, maybe an ace tanker. You know, he could just win this weekend straight out with his next battle. We'll have to wait and see. So I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.